Another thing that I would have you consider is this. I'm a pope. Let's say I'm a pope and I am wanting the good of the church. Why on earth would I change the consecration of bishops? What good reason would I have? Who knows that? It's been there in the church for 2,000 years. Who knows even what you say in the consecration of bishops among the faithful? As we were saying before, nobody even sees it of among the faithful. I mean, it's an important thing, obviously, you want to have it right. But how interesting it is that all the sacraments that the faithful see were changed just a little bit, not too much, nothing too drastic. And that the consecration of bishops is changed entirely and doubtfully. Me as a pope, why would I do that? What good reason would I have to do something like that? There is no reason whatsoever. It's the most important thing that you can have in the church, the most significant one. Like, from this depends everything, basically. Why on earth would I mess with that if it wasn't because I had the intention of destroying it? And I think that's what it has to be. Again, this is my opinion. I'm not saying you have to take it, but here's the information. You can analyze it. As I said, I'm going to try to get those books so that we can see them, and then you can make an informed decision. And to raise your spirits up, I want to share with you two things. We see these things and we come to realize how terrible the situation is in the church today and how difficult it seems. But something very good about these times is that all it takes for you to be a saint is to persevere. You don't have to go and fly up above the rooftops of the church, or you don't have to be getting in ecstasy while you're praying or things like that. Our Lord said in the gospel, when he's talking about the last times, he who perseveres to the end, he shall be saved. And St. Francis and St. Teresa had visions about these times. St. Francis said to his friars, a time will come, he said, he was talking about his order, and he was saying, this order is going to degenerate in the sense that many will join it for glory, for vainglory, to achieve glory before men. But that will change, because a time will come, he said, where people will throw away the books of good doctrine, where nobody will accept the doctrine of the church, and then those who join the church and those who join this order will do it only for the love of God. And that is the beautiful thing about those of us who are Catholic today. Before, you could be a Catholic just because your family was Catholic. Now, just the mere fact that you're a Catholic signifies a very internal decision, a very serious decision of wanting to follow God no matter what the cost. And so I believe that the saints and the angels see us today, unworthy as one might be, but the angels see us today and they see, they're glad to see these souls that are doing this hard thing just for the love of God. So that's all it takes to be a saint today. St. Teresa also had a vision about the last times. St. Teresa was really funny too. She had a vision where she says, at the latter times, again, many orders will fall, many will abandon the faith. And she says, I saw a group of people, an order, that were dressed in white with swords and were defending the faith among all others. And there were very few, but they were standing in there defending the faith. And they received a great reward. And here's where she's funny. She says, I'm not going to tell who it is so that everybody strives to get there. And then you had the Jesuits fighting with the Carmelites and everybody fighting to see who it was, because the Jesuits say, oh, it was us. And then the Carmelites say, no, it was us. And the CMRI probably says, no, it was us. So, but again, it goes to show the same, that in these times, these things that we're living is what is making us saints. And the fights that you have with your family, with your friends, when you go to Walmart and you're wearing a long skirt, when you have to drive 2 hours for Mass, that is a slow martyrdom that you're suffering, and you will get a reward according to that. The important thing is to persevere in the faith. When it gets rough, when it gets difficult, when you don't feel anything, don't be a modernist. It's not about feelings. Persevere. As our Lord said, he who perseveres to the end, he will be saved. And so that is the beautiful time that we get to live in, where this is how we get to be saints. This is our persecution, our martyrdom. And someday, maybe in the future of the church, they'll look back and they'll think of the heroic, holy bishops that held the faith and the people that helped the bishops and were there, suffering that moral persecution. That is our lot. So we have to be worthy of it and try to live as best as we can, loving our Lord Jesus Christ and our Blessed Mother.